I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Ash Seddeek. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
It's going good so far. It's the evening is starting out here in Northern California, and it's been interestingly hot the past few days. But I'm looking forward to taking a nice walk at some point this evening.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Well, we're definitely in two different time zones, but I do appreciate you taking the time to be here, Ash. Please do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us meeting.
I think primarily my focus on value creation and sales and a number of other entrepreneurial activities. We can definitely pick a few to talk about today.
Yeah. Well, definitely unpack those for us. Like, tell us, what do you do? What do you bring to market?
So I am basically launching a fintech company called Best Cash, and it's really emanating from, again, as I said earlier, my main focus in my business is on how do we actually create something useful that people can actually appreciate and use, and it drives some kind of value for them. It could be you're helping them achieve some savings, whether it's time, effort, and money. In the fintech or the personal finance startup that I'm working on, my main focus is to really help people save a lot of money that essentially is not being captured, that they are leaving on the table when they are shopping using credit cards or debit cards. There are several rewards programs that are part of these cards now, and a lot of the time the people going out and shopping don't know which one to use effectively in a way that helps them capture a lot of these rewards as they shop. So that will be the very first thing that we focus on with this personal finance app, and then we look for other opportunities that we can help them, again, either save money or make money in the process of spending money. And it's an interesting sort of evolution from my work with top sales professionals at companies like Cisco and Oracle, where the main goal was to, again, think about how can you get the best out of the resources you have, whether that's people or machines. The question comes back, how can we drive the highest value possible and make sure that we deliver that to customers as well?
Well, that's intriguing. Ash, what's the best place, or where's the best place for people to connect with what you're doing and keep abreast?
I think the best would be for people to go to bestcash.us. This is the personal finance company that I'm working on. And of course, in addition to that, people can go to linkedin.com and look my profile up. I am very, very open to connecting. I always believe if we don't benefit from the connection today, we might connect tomorrow and benefit from that connection tomorrow. Or you may know me and then you know someone that I know, or the same thing, I need to reach out to someone you know. So it's more about who you know that's even more intriguing in these social relationships that we create on LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram. These tools, I think, are fascinating in how they make the whole world so much smaller and give us more transparency on what people do, what value do they bring to the market, and then how can we, let's say, take one person like Engel and Ash and combine them together and create even more value for somebody else, right?
That's wonderful.
So I always think of that. I always look at two pieces of the puzzle. Could be two people, could be two companies, could be two business processes, two value drivers. If you combine them together, sometimes you get a multiplied effect. Yeah. That's even like on my Twitter profile, I basically say 1 + 1 = 3. It really depends on how you think about it, right? You can drive more value out of it that way.
Yeah. And I mean, if you look at Ash's name as well, you could definitely see the multiplication there, right? Because it's Ash, which is cool, ASH,
Yes.
and then you have SEDDEE. So
yes.
Yeah, he's all into the multiplication. Yeah,
exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Definitely check out Ash. Ash, well, do tell me, who did you learn the skill of innovation from? It seems as though something that you definitely connect with, the innovation side of life.
Yes, I think from a very early age, I was aware of the fact that I always looked at objects around me, and I always thought about what would make them different or better, from an inventions standpoint. And I think later on in life, when I started working at companies like Oracle, where we started thinking about business processes and how do you automate them, and then you interact with travel companies, you interact with banks, you interact with healthcare companies, and then you start realizing that there are a lot more opportunities for making things much better for the end user. Maybe that's me in some of those situations, but then I think about everybody else that interacts with those companies, and I start thinking about how do you actually make things better. So I use the frustrations to sort of drive innovation, and then working for companies like Cisco or Oracle, Schwab at an early age, Deloitte and Touche in San Francisco, all of those experiences I think kind of opened up my eyes to the potential that can happen when you come up with new ideas in collaboration with other people on your own. In any of those situations, I think, coming up with creative ideas that really drive a lot of value for everybody else is an amazing exercise.
It is definitely one that can be challenging. Why will you continue to repeat this skill, Ash?
I think there's a lot of joy. I think when you're searching for something, almost like people who used to, in the past used to get on a ship and chart forward into the oceans looking for new lands and new cultures. The prospect of finding something new, excites a lot of people and gives us, this passion for let's see what we find out, right? Because when you are in this whole aspect of idea generation, you don't really know what's going to happen at the very end. So what's exciting is you go through the process, you do a lot of brainstorming, and then half an hour later, there's an idea that's right there staring at everybody in the face that no one can think could have thought of half an hour ago.
Yeah.
But it's by virtue of that collaboration and exchange of ideas that something new and different comes up, and then all of a sudden it's almost like a new baby. And now what do we do? How do we bring it to market? How do we make sure it succeeds? Then you get into another passionate exercise trying to find out how can we bring players and helpers, people that can help us bring this to market. And then again, you start getting more creative and more, into the idea of how can 1 + 1 = 3.
Love it. Ash, you are definitely a fun guy to be around. I do love R&D. I'm fascinated by it, and I can see the joy that you will bring to the table, my friend. Again, amazing audience. We are live with Ash Seddeek. Do check him out. He said, hey, you could get him on his profile on LinkedIn. And also, tell us the website one more time, Ash. Is it Best Cash?
It's bestcash.us. And the reason why I called it Best Cash is because it's focusing on this whole idea of making sure that we understand clearly not every dollar is the same like the other dollar. And that's why when we're spending money, what Best Cash will do is that it will basically give people information to make sure that they have knowledge and intelligence that will help them choose the best dollar that's going to get them the highest rewards.
Love it. Well, Ash, let's switch gears for a moment now, and let me invite you now into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Ash, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memories is definitely going to the beach, because I lived on the Mediterranean with my parents and sisters and brother. That's the best, most memorable part, is going to the beach in the summer with everybody else.
All right. How old do you think you were?
I think maybe 5, 6 years old. And then now you can see some of the black and white pictures, and you can say, "Oh my God, I remember those times."
So why do you think this memory is so clear, Ash?
Because I remember everybody around me having a happy face, and of course, being able to swim in the water and come out and have a lot of fun and run around. You feel the freedom of the place and the joy of everybody else on the beach, especially my parents, my dad and mom. We'll make food, we'll take it with us to the beach, or sometimes we'll have it catered. But in all these situations, I remember just having just an amazing time.
Love it. Hey, well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Sure.
I love the idea of the collaborative. I just had someone on, right? And we were talking, just the episode before this episode, which is before this episode. Never mind, but the episode I had on, right? So, and we were, her name is Crystal Leyland, and we were talking about, her earliest childhood memory was going camping, and we were talking about the preparation. One, to do an event like this, it definitely takes preparation, right? But then there's the collaboration that you're having, right? And it is absolutely fascinating that you right now are the collaborator, right? You're the person that is not just bringing something new to market, but you actually are connecting the necessary dots to get it available. And that, my friend, is very fascinating.
Yes, definitely. I'm an absolute believer in the multiplier effect. I mean, people coming together, creating something that would not have been possible if they did not collaborate.
Yeah. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Favorite song? Probably a song by an Egyptian singer. His name is Abdul Halim, and the song says, "I adore you."
Oh, that's wonderful.
And it lives in your mind. I mean, it basically kind of sticks with you.
Yeah,
but very, very well known singer in the Middle East.
Love it. Well, hey, there needs to be a level of adoration to create, right? There needs to be that.
Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's going to be yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Ash, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes, definitely. My kids. I'm doing it right now.
Oh, wonderful. Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
Or what about 3 hours a week?
Possibly, yes.
And what about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
More than 8, yes.
All right. Ash, after having 1,001 conversations in 3 months, I came up with a workbook. The name of it is yours, your own unique real self. And as you dig deeper into your own unique real self, you come to the part that is your mission, your own unique real statement. If you had to share with us, Ash, your own unique real statement, something that represents Ash Seddeek, what would you say that is?
Fire somebody up so they can do something never imagined they can do.
Love it. I'm fired up. Hey, Ash Seddeek, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Thank you for what you're doing. And if you're listening to us, there is something amazing that you can do. All you need is the right collaborators around you, and you guys will make and do amazing things together.
Love it.
Get out, meet somebody, reach out, and try to build something new with somebody else.
Yeah, I did it. And Ash definitely is walking the talk. He's here live to have this conversation. So do check out Ash Seddeek. Ash, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.